Now, Stormwatch 12 weather with meteorologist Oliver Smith.
Hey everybody, temperatures today are all going to be above average, especially east of the Cascades, because we will make it into the low to maybe even mid 40s for today. We'll see variable clouds and fog, especially in the early morning hours, but then we'll see more in the way of cloud cover, especially once we get into the late afternoon and into the early evening. Forecasting a high of 51 degrees for Medford, 45 for Wairika, 48 for Grants Pass, and 55 degrees over in Brookings. So what are we expecting for tonight? Especially we got the midnight ball drop happening. We're going to be looking at temperatures into the upper 30s in Medford. But overall, once we get towards tonight, early morning, if you're actually going to be getting up and going anywhere really early in the morning, temperatures will be right around freezing with the possibility of some fog. So yeah, there is a chance of seeing some freezing fog New Year's Day morning. But then once we get into the afternoon, temperatures are going to be pretty mild. We're going to be looking at high temperatures into the 50s. Now, as we go through the overnight hours for what we were just looking at, we're going to be looking at the clouds sticking around throughout, especially east, the Cascades. But you can see we're looking at some clouds down to our south. They're kind of filtering in from the southwest towards the north and the east. So by the time we get closer to sunset, we could see a little bit of some clearing, but we'll see a little bit more clearing once we go into tonight and into tomorrow, and that'll lead again to the possibility of fog, especially in the northern half of Klamath and Lake counties. Now, it's not showing anything here in the Rogue Valley, but it is going to be possible once again. Also, if you're traveling up towards the north on Monday morning, you can expect some fog up along I-5 as well. Now we go through Monday afternoon, you can see more in the way of high clouds throughout the region. There's a system offshore. Tuesday morning hasn't reached us yet, but once we get towards the middle and the late morning, we'll start seeing some of that rain along the Oregon coast. And it's a real slow moving system, so we'll start seeing some of that rain late in the day on Tuesday. So Tuesday could actually be a partially dry day. We'll have to wait and see how this system pans out as we get closer. Now, in terms of our 5-day forecast for precipitation, you can see most of the darker green colors and even the yellow is into California because most of the precipitation is going to stay over there. Now, for Sunday and Monday, we're going to be dry throughout our region, but once we go through Tuesday and into Wednesday, we'll start seeing the system move into our region. That'll give us a chance of some rain, lowering snow levels, and we'll be looking at some decent snow for the Cascades on Wednesday. But by the time we get to Thursday, we might have a few showers left over. So our cutoff system for today is down to our south, so all we're going to get is some clouds and some fog, and we're going to be looking pretty nice overall. Now, once we go through the day tomorrow, kind of the same scenario as our system down to our south heads away from our region. Now we get another system offshore for Tuesday. We'll start seeing the increasing clouds and the rain that we were just looking at, but that system heads down to our south as we go into Wednesday. Now, how far south is going to determine how much rain and mountain snow that we're going to be looking at. But that system quickly pushes off towards the east for Thursday. High pressure builds in. It's going to be very brief though. So we'll have one nice day on Thursday. Then Friday and Saturday, we're going to start seeing a colder air mass with a lot of rain and mountain snow being possible. In fact, what we're going to be looking at is snow levels about 8,000 feet on Friday, dropping all the way to maybe 2,500 feet by Saturday night. And with that system on Saturday, we're also looking at some pretty blustery conditions throughout the entire region. So we'll fine tune this in the days to come. So your 7-day forecast for the Oregon coast will be into the 50s for highs, 40s for lows. The rainiest day will be on Tuesday. For Northern California, we'll stay into the 45 to 50 degree range through Friday, and then temperatures start to nosedive by the time we get towards Saturday of next week. For the Klamath Basin, we'll stay into the 40 to 45 degree range also for the rest of the week, but very cold overnight lows into the 20s for tonight and into tomorrow, and then temperatures warming back up just a little bit as we get towards Tuesday night. For the Cascades, dry for Sunday and into Monday, but then we'll start seeing that rain and snow, especially that snow piling up by the time we get towards Wednesday, and even more so by the time we get to Friday and into Saturday. Here in the Rogue Valley, you can see temperatures hovering right around 50 degrees through the end of the week, then they cool off considerably by next weekend.